Greetings, Earthlings! I'm back with another USB mic review for you guys. So today I'm reviewing this guy, the Razer X USB microphone. If you are interested in this microphone, it'll set you back around $100 on Amazon. As per usual, links in the description. And for the majority of this video, I have the mic connected directly to my Mac with my input gain set at around 40%. I'm not going to do any EQ, any compression, or any post-processing, but I may boost the audio in post, so check the doobly-doo for that information. Now let's talk about what comes in the box. You're obviously going to get the microphone. You get this little stand extender thing. You get a desktop stand. You get a USB cable. And of course, you get some documentation. And this is how it looks when it's all put together. As far as the build quality, it's not up to my standards for what I would expect a $100 microphone to feel like. It has a plastic body, a metal grill, and it is a bit on the light side. On the front of the microphone, you'll find a headphone volume control. If you want to adjust the microphone's gain, you'll need to adjust that in your computer's audio preferences. And directly beneath that, you'll find a microphone mute button that is green when the microphone is on or red when the microphone is muted. As you move around the outside of the microphone, you will find absolutely nothing else. And then on the bottom, you'll find a port to connect it to your computer, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack, which does offer latency-free monitoring. But I do want to note that the latency-free monitoring is insanely quiet, so if you want to hear the microphone as well as your computer's playback, you'll have to manually adjust your game audio or your music audio and keep it at around 10 or 15%. And it does have 5/8" threading on the bottom. I threw a 5/8 to 3/8" adapter in there to attach it to my boom arm. As far as the specifications, this thing has a supercardioid polar pattern, a frequency response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, a sensitivity of approximately -35 decibels, a max SPL of 110 decibels, a bit depth of 16-bit, a sampling rate of up to 48 kHz, and here I'll just throw up the headphone output specs in case you're interested in that. Now I'm spinning around the microphone to determine what the actual polar pattern is and how the audio changes as you move around the microphone's capsule. And since this is a gaming microphone, now I'm banging on a keyboard with Cherry MX Blues directly behind the microphone to see how much of my voice versus how much of the keyboard it picks up. Now I'm less than an inch away from the microphone to see what kind of proximity effect you're able to get out of this thing. Now I'm about 1 foot away from the Razer, about 2 feet away from the Razer, and about 4 feet away from the Razer. Now I've connected the microphone to the provided desktop stand, set it on my desk about 1 foot away, and pointed it at my mouth. I have had to increase my gain to about 70% to get decent levels out of it, and this is how the microphone is sounding. Now I have the Razer X connected directly to a Windows 10 PC with my input gain set at 50%, and this is how the microphone sounds just plug and play without downloading any drivers. Alright, so as you can see, my input gain is set at around 40%. I'll drop this to 0 and slowly increase it so you can hear the noise generated by the Razer X's preamps. 25%. 50%. 75%. 100%. Did Razer make a good mic? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Just to drive home how this microphone sounds right out of the box, for this entire outro, I will have it set on the desktop stand about 1 foot away from my mouth. So as far as the pros for this microphone, it does sound perfectly usable for gaming if it's thrown on a boom arm. It also has a relatively small form factor compared to other microphones used for gaming like the Blue Yeti or the regular Razer Seiren. And I also like that they at least attempted to add latency-free monitoring to this mic. But then we get to the cons, and for $100, I don't think it should be a plastic build quality. The low latency monitoring was insanely low volume compared to the computer playback. When we got into the higher gain settings, there was this digital tapping interference, which just always bothers me to find on a USB microphone. For a supercardioid polar pattern, it picked up a surprising amount of reverb from my room, and for the sake of getting nitpicky, it was just kind of difficult to attach the cable when the microphone was attached to the stand. There's just not enough clearance there. So what do I actually think about this thing? I mean, for gaming, I guess it's perfectly fine, but do I think it's worth it for $100? Probably not. There are plenty of other USB microphones that are sub $100 that sound just as good, if not better. The only difference is it won't look as cool and it won't be branded as Razer. And I want to throw a disclaimer here. If you buy this microphone or any other microphone for gaming, pick up a boom arm because that will help isolate the microphone from the shocks from your keyboard or your mouse, and it will also get the microphone much closer to your mouth and get you better audio quality. So when it comes down to it, it's really up to you if you want to spend $100 on the Razer Seiren X when you could go out and buy something like the Samson Q2U or the Blue Snowball along with a boom arm for around 60 or 75 bucks. And I'm just going to leave it there. Alright guys, well I guess that's going to do it for today. If you found this video fun, interesting, or helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, thumbs down. If you want to influence the gear that I review next, head over to geeksrising.com/podcastage and cast your votes there. If you want more videos like this, logo beneath me, check out the Discord server, link in the description, and I will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.